Hello and welcome to Evolving Ginger Gaming. My name is Cliffy and today we're playing Crusader Kings 3. We're continuing our playthrough as the Malik of Navarra. And if you're joining us from last time, we were keeping an eye over here to the east on Huesca, where our cousin, who is the Emir of Saraquasta, was fighting a war against Huesca. And one of the reasons we had held off personally on declaring war on them was the possibility of them calling in mercenaries based off of their gold. However, they did something I was not expecting, and they called in a holy order, which has given them the numerical advantage for the time being. However, they, our cousin is allied to Portugal, and they have 8,000 troops currently, largely due to the 6,000 mercenaries that they have, and their ruler also has about 300 gold. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. We did just get an event, Saffron and Flames. My marshal has just finished speaking to a pair of charred merchants who limped into my throne room. A chain of our trading caravans bringing saffron from Carcassonne to Tudela has been raided. The villains were no bandits but a pack of landed Christian nobles mounted in full plate. He sighs deeply. Dunces, nostalgic for massacring our people, are trying to provoke us to war under their liege's nose. If we retaliate, we risk compromising agreements with King Ott of Carcassonne on luxury imports so beloved by our courtiers. Carcassonne by itself is not that strong. They have a similar troop numbers to us. The land might fall apart here. Let's see. So we could ignore... We could put trade first. All our courtiers and guests will gain 10 opinion of us. King Ott will gain 40 opinion of us, and we get a truce with each other for 5 years. He might die before that, and we lose 50 gold. We could conduct raids of our own. We would gain dread. We would also gain leading looting for 2 years. Monthly income plus 5%. That's not bad. King Ott would lose 40 opinion of us. And all of his vassals would gain 40, or would lose 40 opinion of us. He already does not like us. His health is poor and ailing. A bigger concern would be Barcelona, who does not like us as well. And has at least 2 decent alliances. Or we can stop trading sugar. We seize trade with Carcassonne. We gain some dread, gain piety. Holding of Carcassonne gets spurned by traders for 10 years. All vassals lose 20 opinion of us. He loses 20 opinion of us. War with Carcassonne, I'm not too worried about, I think. So let's conduct some raids of our own. So we can see here that Huesca successfully defended their territory. So we shall see what happens next. If they just hold there, I think they're going to run into trouble though when Portugal finally ends up arriving on their coastline, but we can't see where their troops are. But we'll keep an eye over there. I think in the meantime, I was considering building gold options. I think I want to upgrade the stone quarries to shallow ore mines. It will cost us 150 gold, will boost our monthly tax income by 0.2, but it will also give us minus 1% on the... I just got sidetracked there. Minus 1% on the men-at-arms maintenance. 150 gold is about half our gold though, so it's nothing to sneeze at. The only thing I would be slightly concerned about is succession. However, According to this, our third son is not inheriting anything, which has me slightly worried. I wonder if I should still focus on Tudela. I could build pastoral lands here for 135. I'll sit on and think about it. I think we just got Catalyst because, oh, someone was ransomed. Someone was swayed. This war is still ongoing. Someone just died. Who were you? And why did I have you bookmarked? I'm confused as to why I had that person bookmarked, but okay. Oh well, doesn't matter. Moving right along. And I think these are the Portugal forces moving in, so I think that's going to be the end of this war here, and Huesca is going to be swallowed up by Sarquasta, which I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of, but what else is new? Huesca's holding their own, but when those reinforcements come in, you can't really see. I don't know how good of a military leader each side has, or the defensive advantages, perhaps. But it looks like, just out pure numbers, Huesca's gonna lose there. Yeah, I think that war's pretty much over. Minus 40. They'll siege down their territory. The only hope Huesca has is to kind of loop around and try to take some of this territory, I think. But I don't think they're going to have enough time to do so. Is there anything I could build in? I'm already building there. I could build in Burgos, but that's going to actually fall to our second son. So I think I would prefer not building, since that wouldn't help our primary heir directly, but rather indirectly. I could boost this, but 225 gold. That would boost development growth by a good portion. How is our development growth here? Right now it's 0, which I think is largely due to the minus 30% from hostility, which was unfortunate. Well, the extra gold's not going to hurt us for now. Let's just advance and we'll see if anything of particular interest... Oh, I just unpaused by accident. So we are being called to war by our ally to the south, Emir Zechariah the Impaler. It's... Alright, let's take a look at this. I mean, we are going to accept, but... Let's just go ahead and accept and we'll take a look at this. So it's a clash against Murisaria? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that one either. It looks like it's an offensive war by our ally for Uklish. But alright, let's go ahead and get our forces raised. Actually, I guess I might as well just have them raised in our capital. Let's go ahead and raise all here. I think we have a better commander now, though. Weren't you like a 36? I could have sworn his martial skills was a lot higher when he was a peasant leader. Maybe he lost some since he's no longer actually a peasant leader. He still has the fame trait, but not... maybe that's what it is. Oh well, he's still not a bad option as a military leader. We did just get Hunter's Lodges constructed in Najera, so that will help boost our gold. And I think that's everyone. Computer's having a little bit of an issue here, so I might need a pause. Well, we'll see. Great days. As a stray arrow whizzes past my... I think that's a typo again. As a stray arrow whizzes past my head, In the yard, I feel nothing. No fear, no anger, no panic. This has been par for the course recently. I feel as if I exist behind a curtain, keeping me from feelings in the world, and I am so tired. I believe we're about to get melancholic. I also need to slow down the speed. What is the meaning of this all? Why do we go through these motions day after day after day? Motivation and energy escapes me as my life sinks into gray dullness. I feel like I should be panicking, but even that is beyond me now. We gain melancholic, which is not good. We get a moderate health penalty, minus 10% to fertility, which doesn't really affect us at this point. Minus 1 to intrigue, stewardship, martial, and diplomacy. What's the one we didn't... Oh, learning. Well, that's unfortunate. You can lose... Oh, let's also make sure our forces get there in time. We should be able to get there just in time, I think. And even if we don't, it shouldn't be the end of the world. Nope, we did. Alright, we should be able to win the battle now. And I think as soon as we've won... Oh, well, that was fast. Someone died though, so we just lost. Alright, Sway, we'll deal with this first. Sway compliments to make Emir Zachariah more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him. I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I'll be sure to mention his... Is he courageous? He's vengeful. Let's just keep it short and professional. Let's take a look at this. Who are you? And why? How and why did I have an alliance with you? Here's my brother-in-law. Let's take a look at... We still have Asturias, we still have you, and we still have you. So I think that was the more recent one, where I had married our half-sister to him. But our half-sister, I think, was giant. Let's go over here and see... Yes, she's no longer married. Could we arrange a new marriage? Let's invite her to court. And let's also disband all. He should like us more now that we were involved in his war. Must not have gone on long enough for us to get that benefit. That's unfortunate. And we're just going to right away go around and find you a new spouse. You're relatively young, but you don't have any actual troops. How's your health? Feeling fine. But you have a fair good portion of... That would give us a fairly strong alliance. 2,600. Yeah. Let's do that. Gives us another potential ally. Excellent. We have another ally. Our poor Chancellor did just cost us some prestige. Alright, we're almost to about 400 gold, at which point I will suck it up and make a decision on the best way to spend said gold. We are slightly above stress level. We did just lose an alliance. I think this was the older gentleman who we were marrying his daughter for intelligence, though, not for alliances. It's more for bloodlines. It looks like there's also something going on in the royal court. Foremost Ferris, excuse me. A healthy rivalry between meddlesome fighters is to be expected, but the growing discord between Fernan and Mohammed is souring the mood at court. Fernan is widely regarded to be more skilled, but Mohammed clearly takes issue with the assertion In the middle of an audience, the latter bursts into my throne room and clutching his sword out cries, Fernan, only one of us can claim to be the Malik's most skilled Faris. Meet me outside and I will settle the question. Fernan replies nonchalantly, I would cut you to pieces where you stand if it was not for the presence of my lord, you wasteful churl. Apologize and I might spare your life. I better act because our son is not an accomplished knight at all. He only has 6 prowess and I'm pretty sure Fernan has like, oh, he only has 10. I thought it was a lot higher than that. But still, I would prefer to settle this otherwise. But let's take a look. May my best Faris win. We'll gain 10 court grandeur, but gain 19 stress. Depending on who wins the duel, they will become rivals. And one of them will be killed. We could give them training blades. Which I think I would prefer. We could humble both of them. You will fight a single combat with the Knight of Higher Prowess. We also do not have good prowess. Or you're on the same side. Yeah, let's take this option. We'll spend a little bit of court grandeur. They'll both lose a little bit of opinion of us. And they can become rivals. That's more than fine. Don't want our heir to die. Although, is our second heir any better? I don't know. He might end up being better, so it might almost be more beneficial for the firstborn to die. We'll see what happens. Alright. I think, alright, so we have about 400 gold. I need to make a decision one way or the other. Let's just go ahead and upgrade this for 150. That will give us the extra 0.2, also the minus 1% for our maintenance. Hospitality. The more I study the noble art of statecraft, the more I realize how beneficial good relations with my neighbors are. I ought to have one of them visit my court so I can show them just how good a friend I can be, but who should I invite? We could invite King Everard of Aquitaine. If he's impressed by our hospitality, would gain 30 opinion of us. We might become friends and gain 1 diplomacy lifestyle perk unlock. He might enjoy the visit, gain 15 opinion of us, and we would still gain 1 diplomacy lifestyle perk, or he would lose 15 opinion of us, and I believe it's going to be all the same options. It's just a question of who we should invite. Count Jimeno, I don't think I care as much about. I think we should risk it for Emir Zachariah, since he's our ally already and our neighbor to the south. Mental break, wanton desires. I think that's how you pronounce that. Wanton desires? Maybe that's it. Lately it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by mental break. Wanton desires. Lately it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by erotic fantasies with all the hardships of my everyday life. It is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? We could sequester ourselves and get reclusive. However, we would no longer have Sheik Lub as a friend, and we would lose 36 stress. We could convert to Orthodox and lose 78 stress. Don't want to do that. Or bite my lip and try to stay focused. We're going to bite our lip and try to stay focused. Oh, greetings, Malik, Ladrin of Navarra. I graciously thank you for your invitation to your court. My retinue and I will arrive in Navarra in a few weeks' time. Emir Zachariah is on his way. Ready? Let's take a look at decisions. I think I'm still swaying him. Hospitality, a warm welcome. The impressive Emir Zachariah is finally here. Tonight we'll have a feast to welcome our foreign guests. I've been hard at work with all the planning and preparations. Everything is almost ready and I have some time to add a final touch. We could take a learning challenge, which is about a 50-50. I know a few specialties from his territory. It should be extravagant. More of everything. We spend 25 gold. Or I will not risk anything by last minute changes. We won't risk it. The 50-50 might have been worth it. I don't know about the gold. We shall see, though. Hospitality and odd request. Your son and heir is a fine man, Emir Zechariah says while ponderously swirling his cup of violet sharba. His eyes are set on Mohammed, who is seated further down the table. My dear Malik Ladrin, do I have your permission to arrange a private audience with Lord Mohammed? Nothing untoward, of course, just a simple dinner in my chambers. We could allow it, but secretly listen in. The court, there's a 73% chance the court visit progresses very well, thanks to our intrigue. How good is your intrigue? 12. Or we just allow it with no knowledge of what goes on behind closed doors. Let's allow it. I'm not too worried about if he was to kill us at this moment. Or plot to kill us. Hospitality, exercise, or relaxation. If the skies be trusted, it seems like we'll have lovely weather today. I have an excellent opportunity to show my guest Emir Zechariah the beauty of the local country. Wonder if you'd like a vigorous hunting trip or perhaps a leisurely luncheon in the sun. This is a complete 50-50. I'm not really seeing any dark insights, great nourishment, purebred horse. Yeah, this is complete 50-50. Let's take a shot on the luncheon. And it paid off. Alright. Hospitality, a lasting bond. After what can only be described as a thoroughly pleasant visit, Emir Zechariah and his retinue is about to depart home. Before the Emir steps into his carriage, he bows deeply to you and expresses his gratitude. I assure him he is more than welcome to visit again. He gained 15 opinion of us, and we gained 1 diplomacy lifestyle perk unlock. So he enjoyed it, but he could have liked it more. Let's go ahead and take Groom to Rule, I think. Yeah, we're going to take Groom to Rule. So our children will receive traits. Let's take a look at who got what. Our son and heir gained 3 to stewardship, which I don't think has gone through yet because we're paused. Our second son gained 3 to diplomacy. Also, I don't think it's gone through yet. Our third son gained 1 to martial, and our only daughter gained 2 to learning. Is she being educated yet? Let's take that as a sign. You can have a learning education, and let's get you educated by our Alma. Excellent, 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 excellent. We're very close to the next one, so I don't think I want any of those. None of these are particularly worth it for me at the time being. I wonder if we just go ahead and switch out now to something else. Family hierarchy would make more sense if we had brothers and sisters that were like kings and counts of that nature. Doesn't really make sense at the moment. If I was to switch out, I think I would want to go for stewardship. Which we have 1 stewardship at the moment. Which is affecting our domain taxes by -14. just want to try to see the math behind stewardship. That, or we could go for learning. You know what? Let's switch over to learning, and we will take scholarship focus. And the reason being that will improve our culture. We just got banished, but that's unrelated. That was our exposure. Although maybe our learning affects that slightly. But we are fairly close to that anyway. It looks like the new exposure is public works, which works for me. And we're still currently fascinated with moats. How's our development here doing? It's going up by 1.7 per month, so that's still pretty good. Alright. Moving right along, let's go ahead and bump up the speed. Here, Zachariah is not swayed that time. Let's actually see if we could befriend him. No? Alright, that's only a 20% chance to change that at this point, right? Previously swayed, foreign realm. So if I was to try to befriend you, 39% chance. Let's give it a shot. It'll take about 2 years, but that's fine. And I think let's go to Fireside Tales. The fire crackles, casting long shadows on the wall of the servants' quarters. A wizened old woman holds children agog with her tails. The Calabre is an unfathomably huge serpent. Though it is practically immortal, the serpent is lazy and rarely moves from its refuge deep in a cave. Its treasures are said to be almost beyond comprehension, and it can spit, and its spit can heal diseases. Interesting version of a dragon. We could say, what a fun old tale, and lose 12 stress. We could laugh for prestige, or we could talk. We could appoint her as our court poet. Let's just take the stress loss. That seems like the best option there. Moving right along. How are we doing? You know what? I think I want to have him switch over to trained commanders for the time being so we can try to get some better knights potentially. I'm fine with having you increase development still. Befriend goodwill. Although Emir Zachariah owes me a significant favor, it might be better to emphasize an even friendship. He would also undoubtedly be immensely grateful if I were to make it clear that I do not expect the favor repaid. I don't even remember getting a favor hook, nor would I sure what I would use it for. Let's go ahead and... yeah, let's go ahead and accept that option. Increase the chances of our befriend scheme working. Our wife gained pregnant again. Interesting. Okay. Moving along. Let's bump this up to 4. Is there any ongoing conflicts that we can see? Doesn't look like it. Actually, who are you at war with? You are involved in a war with Barcelona. If I was to declare war on you... for Navarra... you have almost 5,000 troops. Where is your army? We'll keep an eye on that. The only reason I'm considering going to war with her is that she holds, or excuse me, her vassal holds the County of Navarra, which is the actual like duchy capital of our duchy. Oh, excellent. Our steward has arrived to pay homage to us. Let's show him in at once. We will get 50 gold. Homage mortified. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Sheikh Abd al-Baki, who was soon announced an usher before me. He kneels in deference as attendants bring forth his gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken and scribes record his pledges to serve Malik of Navarra. As Sheikh Abd al-Baki stands, he stumbles awkwardly. The court gasps in unison as he falls, ending sprawled at my feet, cheeks flushed with embarrassment. We could say what a shambles. It would make him like us a little bit less. We would lose stress. We would still gain everything else. You my steward. You like us 35. I'm very tempted to do this, even though he would lose 10 opinion of us for 10 years. What's our health? We'll say your oaths are all that matters to me. That's fine. Won't insult our steward, who does a fairly good job. And I think on that note, we will call it there. So hopefully you've enjoyed, and thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.